Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and I am very excited today to announce the launch of Headstamp Publishing's most recent book, Rifles on the Danube, Hungarian AK-Pattern Firearms 1959 to 2002. Rifles on the Danube is a project some 30 years in the making, written by László Becz. László is a native Hungarian small arms researcher. He's written other books on Hungarian military equipment, covering everything from edged weapons to nuclear weapons, and spent a significant amount of time in the Hungarian military as a technician and an EOD specialist, as well as working for an extended period for the Hungarian military central firing range. He's got connections with the military, with the state, and with the FEG factory, and has access to tremendous amounts of information that went into the writing of this book. Everything from original FEG factory records on production, state records on exports and commercial sales, as well as first-hand discussions with people who were in the factory and in the military when these rifles were being manufactured and being used. It is a tremendously detailed, well-documented book, extensively footnoted, and referenced from the best possible sources. Rifles on the Danube is really about more than just the technical details of the variety of Hungarian-manufactured Kalashnikovs. It really is a book with a tremendous amount of context into Hungary's geopolitics, Hungary's military structure and organization, and Hungary's arms manufacturing sector. There's a tremendous amount of information here about the history of the FEG factory, as well as the historical context under which the various Hungarian AKs were manufactured, adopted, and used, and exported. Hungarian AKs have a significant presence in the international export market, and they continue to be used and seen in conflict zones worldwide. So more than just a technical reference book, this is truly an all-encompassing history of Hungarian Kalashnikov firearms. Okay, but more specifically, what's in there? Well, the book has specific standalone chapters on each major derivative pattern of Hungarian AK. So this, of course, starts with the AK-55. That's the milled, it's essentially a copy of the Russian Type 3 milled Kalashnikov, and it's Hungary's first venture into Kalashnikov manufacture and adoption. And it didn't last all that long before Hungary developed its own AKM, or stamped receiver AKs. So those are covered. Two of the particularly distinctive Hungarian variations, the AMD-65 with its unique folding stock and short barrel, as well as the AMP, the version of the AK designed specifically for grenade launching, something that not really any other countries did. Hungary has some really interesting and unique AK variants, and they're all covered here. The book then goes into some of the later economized versions of the AKM done by Hungary, guns like the AMM, the AK-63, and its various different iterations. The Hungarian experiments into a 5.56 Western caliber AK around the fall of the Soviet Union. That's the NGV or NGM, depending on fixed stock or folding stock. There's a chapter on that. And then the commercial semi-automatic imports that were sold primarily to the United States, guns like the SA-85 and the SA-2000. There's a chapter on those. Following chapters on each of the individual guns, there are also then chapters on many of the accessories, things like the magazine pouches, the magazines themselves, the bayonets, the rifle grenades. One of our stretch goals is to have an extended chapter on the AMP rifle grenades themselves. So all of this sort of data is covered. I want to highlight the fact that virtually every chapter in this book has remarkably detailed tabulated data. So I talked a moment ago about the broader historical context that László Becz brings to this subject. Well, he also brings the really granular data to it. There are tables in here not just of rifle serial numbers, production dates, and timelines, but also the timelines and production quantities on things like individual different variations on magazine pouches and the evolution in what was being produced for gear around the various Hungarian AKs. So it's a fantastic book in that it goes from the very granular, detailed, number-based data all the way up to the big picture geopolitics of what was going on that led to the adoption and where Hungary was exporting its guns. How was Hungary exporting its firearms? It's all included in this book. You can pre-order your copy right now on Kickstarter. I have a link in the description text below. We are running a 2-week Kickstarter pre-order campaign for this book. We have a couple different versions of it for you to choose from. We have the standard retail edition with its Hungarian green cover. We also have our Kickstarter exclusive edition with this beautiful light blue color. I really like that one myself particularly. We also have our collector's edition, which is the Kickstarter exclusive light blue cover and also comes with a few extras. You can see all the details down in the Kickstarter campaign, as well as, most substantially, its own awesome clamshell case. For the duration of the Kickstarter presale, we are offering a discount on the books. Our retail price for the standard edition is going to be $108. We've marked that down to $98, which is also the cost of the Kickstarter exclusive version. If you would like an edition signed by the author, that will have a retail price of $138. For the Kickstarter, we've dropped that down to $118. We also, of course, have a bunch of cool, exciting, fun stretch goals for Rifles on the Danube. Some of them are there to add some additional bonus material to the book. Some are there to add some cool cosmetic elements to the book, like a custom commissioned frontispiece illustration. And some are to add some extras around the book, things like ex libris labels and a cocktail list of Hungarian-themed and inspired cocktails. So check out the Kickstarter campaign to see all of those details and to keep track of our progress on those stretch goals and to pick out the version of the book that best suits you. I'm really excited to be able to offer Rifles on the Danube. It's a fantastic book, a depth and breadth of information on this subject that hasn't been matched anywhere else and probably never will be. So for anyone interested in the Cold War, in Hungarian small arms, in Kalashnikovs in general, I think you're definitely going to want to check this out. Thanks for watching.